Welcome to the Real Craven County Schools podcast. Today I have Maya with me, an 8th grade student from Grover Seafields. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we're so excited to have you. And one of the reasons why I wanted to invite you to be on today is because we were interested in learning all about AVID at the middle school.
Yes.
So I hear, little birdie told me, Miss Lowe, that you all had an opportunity to go on a field trip not too long ago about local government. And so I wanted to hear all about that experience. So tell me about your day.
So I believe it was Tuesday. We went down to the courthouse and we were able to look at all the different judicial systems and to actually be in the court and see how that functioned. And I think it was really cool because we were able to see all the different jobs and how it incorporated in everyday life.
Well, that was a good experience. So
Yes.
tell me what you liked about that day.
Well, to be honest, I liked the food because we went to the Chelsea
I
afterwards.
heard you guys had a really good lunch.
Yeah, so
okay, that's
that
a
was
great
fun.
plug for the Chelsea.
But about the courthouse, I liked being able to see it in process because not too long ago in about 5th grade, I did want to be a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was eye-opening to see how it worked in real life.
Right. And so were there any moments when you were like, this is definitely what I want to do when I grow up? Or were you like, this is not something I'm interested in?
It was. I do not think I'm going to be a lawyer because that dream kind of faded a few years ago. But it was good to see how it worked because 5th grade me would have definitely loved it a lot more.
And I think that's interesting because you've obviously grown a lot since 5th grade.
Yes.
And so I think sometimes too, when students have an opportunity to go on field trips, a lot of time it's to places that you wouldn't naturally usually get to go to.
Mm-hmm.
So the courthouse is not usually some place that 8th graders would usually hang out at. So I'm glad that it's something that you had a chance to be able to learn firsthand to see what it was like. And also, I think sometimes it's good for those experiences as well, is because sometimes the things that you see on TV is not what it's like in real life.
Yeah.
Did you feel that?
Yes, because I honestly thought it was going to be more Judge Judy type, but the court cases, they went really fast and quick, and Judge McFadden was really nice too, because he was really considerate to the people who were going through it.
And through the process, they're trying to get as many people in through the day, right?
Yes.
So there wasn't a lot of drawn out things that happen, and there's not as much drama. Hopefully you guys didn't see anything major happen that day. But for TV, obviously they try to make it more entertaining, and that's not necessarily what it's like either.
Yes.
So was this a good field trip?
It was very good. I honestly enjoyed it. There was some fun moments, but then also some really serious ones too.
Right. So, I mean, as an 8th grader from the maturity level, from the 5th grade you saw how all of those jobs and roles are extremely important through the judicial system. Well, that's good. So now tell me, because I know through AVID that you also have had a chance to do some college visits.
Yes.
And I understand you did a college visit last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me where you went.
So we went to Campbell University, and that was all of the grades were able to go.
Oh, so 6th, 7th, and 8th graders went?
Yes.
Wow.
So that was a lot of fun, definitely.
Did everybody love it?
I think they did.
Yeah.
But I really don't know everybody's opinion, but
Sure.
I honestly loved it.
So was that your first college visit?
It was not, because I have been to ECU a couple of times, but never in the classes and be able to see the real life setting of it.
Right. So you got to go into the buildings.
Yes.
Okay. And the campus. So tell me what you thought. What were some of the things that you took away from that field trip?
Definitely Campbell. It was smaller than what I thought it was going to be like, because I thought it was going to be like this huge thing. So, but I think that's great because that means the students would be really close-knit together. So that is definitely something you would want to consider in a college.
Right.
And then it was great because we were able to see all of the different events that they had. We were able to talk to some seniors who at the moment they were going to graduate in 2 weeks and see their firsthand experience of what Campbell had to offer.
Did you talk to any professors?
I do not recall that, but I'm sure we might have.
And I'm sure they had college staff on hand to be able to
Yes.
help as well, to be able to coordinate that visit. And personally, my husband went to Campbell University. So I can tell you from the experience that he had with the friends that he met while he was there, he is still friends with them today.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so it is. It's really, when you talk about a small campus life like that, that's something if you're looking for that is important to take into consideration when making your decision. So now tell me, have you got your sights on any colleges specifically?
I kind of, but kind of not.
You still have lots of time, but I
Yes.
didn't know if that experience in visiting ECU made you decide maybe you want something big, something small, something in-state, or still thinking about those things.
Well, the colleges that we were able to go to, because we did go to ECU in 6th grade and then Campbell in 7th. But so that was able, it was, oh my goodness. For me, it was able for me to go and look back and see, oh, I would definitely consider these types of settings for my college experience. But then there's some other colleges like Howard that I would like to look at too.
In DC, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I grew up in that area. So you definitely need to go up there and take a look at Georgetown and some others while you're there if you're going to go up there and visit. So now, as an AVID student, not everybody always gets to go and visit colleges in 6th and 7th and 8th grade. Do you feel like that it's helping you in terms of planting seeds for you to be able to make decisions for your future?
Definitely. Because I believe it was when I was 5 years old, people would always be like, oh my gosh, Maya, what do you want to do when you grow up? Where do you want to go to college?
And you're like,
And
I'm
so-
5.
Yeah. Like, I do not know anything about college life or what I'm going to do in the real world.
Right.
I did want to be a cowgirl dentist, but that's not.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But I think being able to go on those field trips as an AVID student was definitely helping me plan for my future better. And so that's things that people who are not in AVID, they do not get to experience. And so I feel like that really helped us get a head start in life.
Sure. Because it sounds like you are already very mature.
Thank you.
Now tell me, as an AVID student, not everybody knows what AVID is.
Yeah.
So I would like to hear AVID described from an 8th grader. So
So
tell me what AVID is.
AVID it stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. And I feel like AVID has really helped us. The kids in AVID, we are like a family, and because we've been with them since 6th grade. And in AVID, we help each other solve problems, and we get to learn new note-taking skills like Cornell notes, and we get to really just like, it's focused note-taking and solving problems together without asking for help. Like, because some people would ask for help, hey, can you help me, and then expect to get an answer from that. But with AVID, we solve through it together. And
That's great.
yes,
So team building
yes,
and
definitely.
working together as a team. And I understand that organization is something that's big too in AVID.
Yes,
So has that helped you as well?
I
Or
would
are you
say
already organized?
I was pretty organized, but AVID has definitely helped me with that. And there are some people who were not as organized in
Sure.
6th grade who you can really see the improvement that AVID has given them.
That's very great that you've noticed that. So now tell me, what is the difference that you can tell in yourself from when you started in 6th grade to today because of
So,
AVID?
Well, AVID, I feel like it has really helped me through note taking. And when I was in 6th grade, our AVID teacher was Miss Willis, and she was like, guys, we're going to learn about Cornell notes. And I was like, I don't want to do this. I have my note strategy that it works for me. But it was repetition of doing it, and it really stuck in my brain, and it really helps me organize my notes and study them as well.
So does it help you when you're taking tests?
Yes, definitely.
So all A's, I'm sure?
Yes.
I bet. And that's something that will help you throughout life too, especially when you get to college. But first of all, when you get to high school, but then when you get to college, I think you'll definitely be able, it's not something that I have 2 children that are in college right now, and neither of them did AVID. And I think that taking notes is obviously a skill that's not taught if you're not an AVID. And so my son probably could have definitely benefited from that, because when nobody teaches you how to take notes, you just do what you think, like you said, was
Yes.
best, that you thought you knew what would work for you. But if you had the Cornell way, I'm sure he would be having all A's.
Yeah.
So now tell me, is it something that you're going to do when you go to high school? Are you going to continue with AVID?
I do not think I'm going to continue it with AVID for many reasons because at Newbern High, we only get a set amount of electives, and I would really want to broaden my skill set and try other things. But also because I think AVID has helped me so much in middle school, I do not think I would really benefit from it as much. I do think I would benefit, but not as much as I did in middle school.
Sure.
And I don't really want to take away an opportunity that someone else can benefit from it too.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's good to hear. And so now tell me, is there anything that you would tell a rising sixth grader? So somebody who's in fifth grade now, who's getting ready next year to come to the middle school, if they were considering AVID, what would you tell them?
I would say definitely take AVID because in sixth grade, it was like AVID was a little bit like a joke, kind of. People were like, oh, you're not organized, you don't have good grades or anything. That does not mean that you don't have good grades because I still did have good grades, but you just can't be afraid to like try something new, I would say,
Right.
because you do not know how well you're going to benefit from it because I have definitely benefited from it a lot.
That is great to hear. And the other thing, too, that I love that you have shared, that you have said, and I think that you said it multiple times with maybe not necessarily saying it, is that you almost have a sense of family with AVID,
Yes,
and your
definitely.
own sense of community. And do you feel like that's helped build some characteristic skills for you? Maybe it sounds like you are already extremely mature for an eighth grader, but do you think it helped build confidence and maybe some other things?
Yes. Outside of school and like a random, so if you had me in a room with a whole bunch of random kids, I would probably be in the corner doing something by myself. I'm not the most outgoing person, but Avid has, because we have that family lifestyle in Avid throughout the years, it definitely helped me break out of my shell and be more outgoing and confident.
I'm so glad to hear that, because you have a lot to share and you are very bright. So we cannot wait to continue to hear about your success, because you are just in eighth grade. So I know not only throughout the rest of this year, but also throughout high school, you're going to have a lot of accomplishments ahead of you. Thank you so much for coming on, Maya, to share about AVID and the things that you've learned, not only from AVID, but it sounds like through this opportunity and other experiences as
Yes.
well.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.